Yo, it's your boy Bernard, aka the Scarlet Spider, and welcome to another episode of the Angry Blerd podcast, where I will be talking about everything nerdy that has caught my eye this past week. Unfortunately, I do have to start this podcast on a sad note, so we have to give a rest in peace to James Earl Jones. He passed away on September 9th at the age of 93 years old. You know, a lot of us know James Earl Jones for, obviously Star Wars, for being the voice of Darth Vader and the Lion King. But, a lot of people forget about the other movies he was in, such as Coming to America, Conan the Barbarian, The Sandlot, Field of Dreams, Doctor Strangelove, Clear and Present Danger, The Hunt for Red October, and a movie that was actually on TV last Friday. And I caught the tail end of it, and I was like, you know what? I haven't watched this movie in a long time. I'm gonna download this and watch it. Welcome Home, Roscoe Jenkins. And another one. Well, I can go on and on, but one of my favorite James Earl Jones movies is Meteor Man, and one that's very controversial that will not ever be remade, Soul Man. But yeah, he passed away at the age of 93. I believe no cause of death was given at this time, but I'm pretty sure it was natural causes. He also dabbled in TV on and off again. Like, he appeared in an episode of Lois and Clark. Let's just go to the stuff like he did. The Big Bang Theory, the Second Civil War. I think that was a television movie. Santa and Pete, The Magic 7. Oh, he even reprised his role of Mufasa for the Lion Guard, which was the animated cartoon that aired in like the 2010s. I believe it took place around Simba's second kid. It centered around Kion, the son of Simba and Nala, who is Kiara's younger brother. But yeah, I mean, the man had a very prolific film career. He also, obviously, he did the voice of This is CNN. He did the Earth documentary that Disney did back in 2007. I believe the last thing he might have done for TV was maybe Obi-Wan Kenobi. Yes. Yeah, they used his voice for generated from archival recordings via a re-speecher. But yeah, we definitely have to give a rest in peace to James Earl Jones. Yeah, I forgot he was even on Will and Grace. He did the voice of Santa Claus on Recess. He was on Stargate SG-1, Frasier, Touched by an Angel, Mad About You, Third Rock Under the Sun. According to Jim, House. But yeah, long, prolific film career. He even did the voice of Maggie on an episode of The Simpsons. But yeah, we have to give a rest in peace to him. Also, I believe he passed away the same day, was comic book artist John Cassaday. A lot of people may know John Cassaday from his run on Astonishing X-Men with Joss Whedon. He also drew Captain America. He also worked on a book for DC called Planetary that was done by Warren Ellis as the writer. I believe this was a miniseries. No, it was 27 issues, so it went from April 99 to October of 2009. I actually had the opportunity to meet him back in 2018 at Florida SuperCon. And I made a post about it, but he was actually a very nice individual. I talked to him about, what got him into comics and everything like that. And he was saying, pulp magazine culture is what got him into it. And N.C. Wyeth was like one of his favorite illustrators. But yeah, he passed away at the age of 52. No cause of death was given for him. Neither. His brother actually made a post saying that he passed. He said, "My little bro passed away at 6:51 p.m. Texas time. Please keep me and your mom in your prayers." And this one actually knocked the comic book world on its butt, because 52 is relatively young. Like Mark Waid, who is a very well-known comic book writer, he said, "My dear friend John Cassaday passed away today at the absurdly young age of 52, and I miss him already. I met John in, I believe, 1996. Google will not give up the secret of exactly which year in the Big Apple Con was held at Madison Square Garden. John was pleasant, he was polite and well-mannered, and when he showed me his portfolio, I also knew he was tremendously talented for a newcomer. The next morning, I was having breakfast with Jeff Marionette, who mentioned he was looking for an illustrator for his next series, Desperados. Boy, did he say that to the right guy, because I had just the artist in mind. Outside of the fortuitous referral, I refuse to take any credit for discovering John Cassaday. I can't take credit for having functioning eyeballs. But we were friends forevermore after that, and watching his quick ascension to become one of the most gifted, most sought-after comic illustrators of this generation was a blast. John had a memorable stint on X-Men and another of his favorite characters, Captain America, but it was Planetary that rightfully put him on the map. He was meticulous. He wouldn't turn in a single page of art until he'd worried it to death. And as his publisher for a brief time at Humanoids, I had the great and now melancholy pleasure of watching Magnificent Pages, his best ever, come in slowly on his dream project, a unannounced creator-owned multimedia series that will now be his unfinished symphony. Men in comics, as a general rule, are not exactly blessed with leading man looks, but John was. Ask anyone. Between his handsome appearance, his charming manner, and his perfect blend of confidence and humility, he was quite the favorite of many, many ladies in his youth. Many. Effortlessly, to walk into a room of women with John was a reminder that the rest of us truly needed to work on our game. My single favorite memory with John was when he and I and a bunch of other comic dudes were standing around a big convention bar party when actor Michael Rosenbaum walked in. Every woman's head turned instantly, every eye upon Rosenbaum. It was like throwing a magnet into a box of iron fillings. Conversely, every man in the bar who had been there with a date was suddenly holding 2 drinks. In the tumult, I had the presence of mind to look at John and say, "Now you know how we feel." John Cassaday, I will say without hesitation and with very little fear of disagreement, was one of the very best illustrators and storytellers to ever work in the comics medium. Like Neil Adams, Jim Steranko, or Michael Golden, he is a touchstone. A reference point to the dozens and dozens of artists whose work was influenced by his. Many people are lucky if more than a dozen people are still talking about them a month after they pass. My friend John will be talked about and remembered by an entire industry for ages, and rightfully so. Rest in peace, sir. But yeah, like I said, he ain't lie. When I saw him at SuperCon, the line was pretty long. I was like at the tail end of it. So, he did take his time to talk to everyone who came to his table. He was also working on commissions at the time, so he was multitasking with it. So he was just drawing covers and talking to people about how they want to get into the comic book game and how he got in and the things that you should do to get into it, because I was eavesdropping over a little bit of the conversations, because I wasn't trying to get in the comic book game. I was just going to him as a fan to just get some stuff signed. But yeah, 52 years old. And also we have to give a rest in peace to Peter Renaday, who was the original voice of Master Splinter on the 1987 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon. He also provided the voice of Abraham Lincoln in the Hall of Presidents. He also did the voice of Henry and Max in Country Bred Jamboree, and this was at Jungle Kingdom and Walt Disney World. And he also provided the voices of Easy Pete and various other characters in Fallout New Vegas. He actually passed away on the 8th at the age of 89. Once again, no cause of death was given, but he died at his home in Burbank, California. But apparently he did the voice. He was doing voice work since the 60s. He was in the Aristocats. He provided the voice of the French milkman, the truck mover. I'm trying to just think of things everyone has seen. The Shaggy DA. He was the roller derby ticket taker, the rescuers. He was the American delegate. The Apple Dumpling Gang Rides Again. He was the Fort Jailer. Wow, he did a voice in the Ultraman show. Yeah, wow. The Hunchback of Notre Dame. He was Furloughed Soldiers, Ants, Cats Don't Dance. He was the narrator. The Odd Couple 2. He was the Justice of Peace, Mulan. He did the voice of some of the Hun's army. The Prince of Egypt. He provided voice work for Ramsey's soldiers. Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost. He was Mr. McKnight. Shrek. He was Lord Farquaad's guards. Madagascar. He did some various work for crowd members. G.I. Joe. I'm in TV now. G.I. Joe was Dr. Marsh, and Amin Ra. Transformers. He was Grapple and Lord Chumley. So he provided more voices besides Splinter on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He was also Vernon Fenrick, Leatherhead, and various other characters. William Stansbury on Tailspin. Derek Blunt on Darkwing Duck. He was the voice of Abraham Lincoln on Animaniacs. Various voices on Gargoyles. Howard Stark in the Iron Man cartoon. Various voices on the Sylvester and Tweety Mysteries. He was a news anchor and a clerk on Superman the Animated Series. Various voices on Godzilla the Animated Series, the new Batman Adventures, Samurai Jack. He was also on Angel for 2 episodes. Batman the Brave and the Bold. He was the voice of Uncle Sam and Abraham Lincoln. Ben 10 Ultimate Alien. He was Sir George. So I've actually seen him in a lot of stuff, whether or not I knew it. But video games. Metal Gear Solid, Sons of Liberty. He was Richard Ames. He was in a game called Revenant. This came out in 99. Something in 97 called Outlaws. Beautiful Joe 2. Dr. Kranken, who I believe was the villain from Russia with Love. He did the voice of M. The Matrix Path of Neo. He was the Keymaker, the Architect, and various police. Dead Rising. He was Sean Kanan. Isn't that the lead? No, is that Frank West? Yeah, Frank West is the lead. Marvel Ultimate Alliance. He was Odin and Namor. Jean d'Arc. He was Richard. Assassin's Creed. He was Ala Mulan. Lost Odyssey. King Gohad's Ninja Gaiden 2. Dragadai. Gears of War 3. Adam Phoenix. In Assassin's Creed Revelations, he reprised his role of Al Mualin. But yeah, he's done the voice of toy work, shorts, albums, theme park attractions, like I said. But yeah, rest in peace to all 3 of those individuals. All right. So we're going to get into the thing that really upset me this week. And that was the announcement of the PlayStation 5 Pro. So, don't know if any of you guys saw this, but they hyped this thing up like it was supposed to be a whole lot better. On September 26th, you can pre-order it directly at direct.playstation.com and other participating retailers that aren't available for PlayStation, that don't have PlayStation Direct. But on October 10th, you can start to pre-order it at Best Buy, Target, Walmart, places of that nature. So I'm going to read the little blurb that they posted on their blog. They said, over the last 4 years since the launch of the PS5, we've worked hard to continuously evolve the console experience and deliver the great games our players expect from us. Today, who wrote this? Hideki Nishino. Okay, so today I'm incredibly proud to announce the next step in the evolution and welcome the PlayStation 5 Pro to the PlayStation family, our most advanced and innovative console hardware to date. We developed the PS5 Pro with deeply engaged players and creators in mind, as many have asked for a console that runs even higher fidelity rates and smoother frames per second at 60 frames per second. We achieved this on the PS5 Pro with several key performance features. Upgraded GPU. With PS5 Pro, we are upgrading a GPU that has 67% more compute units than the current PS5 console and 28% faster memory. Overall, this enables up to 45% faster rendering for gameplay, making the experience much smoother. Advanced ray tracing. We added even more powerful ray tracing that provides a more dynamic reflection and refraction of light. This allows the rays to be cast at double and at times triple the speeds of the current PS5 console. AI-driven upscaling. We also introduced PlayStation Spectral Super Resolution, and AI-driven upscaling that uses machine learning-based technology to provide super sharp image clarity by adding an extraordinary amount of detail. The PS5 Pro provides gamers with amazing graphics at high frame rates. You can hear Mark Cerny, head architect for PS Pro, discuss the key innovations for PS5 Pro in the following presentation. This presentation provides a deep dive into the key performance features that make PS5 Pro truly special. So I'm not going to post that, but they said other enhancements include PS5 Pro Game Boost, which can apply to more than 8,500 backwards compatible PS4 games playable on PlayStation Pro. This feature may stabilize or improve the performance of supported PS4 and PS5 games. Enhanced image quality for PS4 games is also available to improve the resolution on select PS4 games. PS5 Pro will launch with the latest in wireless technology, Wi-Fi 7, in territories supporting the standard. VRR and 8K gaming are also supported. I'm just going to get to the nitty-gritty of it. The PS5 Pro console will be available at this holiday at a manufacturer's suggested retail price of $699 US, $699 what the hell is GBP? British pound sterling, so general British pound, I guess. And €799 and 119,980 Japan yen includes tax. Will include a 2 terabyte solid state drive, a DualSense wireless controller, and a copy of Astro's Playroom pre-installed in every PS5 purchase. PS5 Pro is available as a diskless console with the option to purchase the currently available disk drive for the PS5 separately. PS5 Pro will launch November 7th and will be available at participating retailers and directly from PlayStation at direct.playstation. So you're doing upscaling. You need an 8K upscaling. So you need an 8K TV for that, which are very hard to fucking find. That's also part of the AI upscaling. Faster refresh rates to 120 frames per second. That's okay. Advanced ray tracing. That's all right. But in order for you to have a complete, I'm using air quotes, complete PS5 Pro, keep in mind, this does not come with a stand and it doesn't come with a disk drive like they said. The stands are $30 and I believe the disk drive is $80. So what you need like an additional $130 to have a complete PS5 if you want to play games that you already own. So I was just like, y'all on drugs, bro. Why not make a version of the console that already has the disk drive and give people the option to buy it separately, or not the same way you did with the Slim? And like the base design of it is still the same, more or less. It's still got the it's still smaller than the first gen PS5s, but now it has 3 lines on the side as opposed to the 1 or the 2 for the Slim. So I'm just like, I'm cool on this, man. Maybe in like 4 years or something, I'll get the Pro. Because probably by then the PS6 will be out. And it better have a fucking pre-installed disk drive. That's all I know. Because stop trying to push physical media out Okay, I'm already not buying Black Myth Wukong because there's no physical release for it. But watch, they're gonna try to like slowly start to like weasel their way out of making consoles with physical drives. It's like, how the hell am I gonna play all the Blu-rays on the shelf? Huh? Answer that, Sony. And some of those are y'all Blu-rays. But anyway, I'm gonna take a break, listen to this ad from Dubby, and I'll be right back. This episode is brought to you by Dubby. Dubby gives you focus and energy without the crash and jitters. It has no sugar, fillers, or artificial dyes. Mix 1 packet or scoop into 8 or 12 ounces of water. Stir or shake well. Some powderiness is normal, and it has all the important vitamins. So this has vitamin C, B3, B6, and B12. And it's made from coffee fruit extract. So drink it and go conquer a task. And go to dubby.gg and use my promo code angryblerd10 at checkout to save 10% on your order. That's dubby.gg with promo code angryblerd10. All right, guys, I'm back. Did you enjoy your Dubby? I got the damn, I wish I brought it with me. I left it in my room like a dumbass. But I had got a new flavor. I'll tell you what it is in a second. I got the Push and Punch, and this flavor, out of the 3 I've had, this one is number 1. Calio Cream might be number 2, and Dub Sludge are coming in dead last. Like, I like all 3, but this one might be my my favorite flavor now. They did just release a new flavor. I might get this one when I get paid next pay period. It's called Grandpa's Denture Water. It's mango. It's supposed to be a mango flavor. So yeah, I'm gonna check that one out. It's mango and what the hell is that? Pitaya, which is a weird looking fruit. Kind of looks like looks like a red dragon fruit, but it's from the region of southern Mexico along the Pacific coast of Guatemala. Oh, it is dragon fruit. Dumbass Bernard.
You're so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
I'm like, oh, it looks like a dragon fruit. That's the real name of it. Dragon fruit's just a nickname. So I'm getting my next story. Shang-Chi director, whose name I'm drawing a blank on, Destin Daniel Cretton, is rumored to be directing Spider-Man 4. So they said the filmmaker behind Shang-Chi and the Legends of the Ten Rings is in talks to direct Spider-Man 4. The move brings an end to the speculation who would spin the web for one of the biggest franchises in Hollywood. Creston will be bringing fresh blood to this iteration of Spider-Man, which stars Tom Holland and is a co-production between Disney and Sony. And it will make the 4th film to take on a Spider-Man feature. John Watts directed the previous 3 Holland films, while Mark Webb helmed the 2 Amazing Spider-Man movies, and Sam Raimi directed the Tobey Maguire trilogy. So this isn't actually confirmed, but I mean, the Hollywood Reporter isn't necessarily, ones to spread, news that isn't true, or, fake stories from scoopers, which I'll be talking about later, by the way. So yeah, I mean, that's cool and all, but I would like to get a Shang-Chi 2. I believe Destin Daniel Cretton is also, he is still on terms for Shang-Chi 2. Because I believe he's also doing a Naruto movie, if I'm not mistaken. I know he's EPing Wonder Man, but yeah, he is also doing the Naruto movie. Oh, he is actually confirmed to be doing Spider-Man 4, which is called Spider-Man something something home. Maybe, I don't know. I don't think they should keep like the home aspect of it anymore, because we had Homecoming, Far From Home, and No Way Home, because there's no home to go to anymore. But yeah, shout out to Destin Daniel Cretton. Can we get Shang-Chi 2, please? Very, very, pretty much. But I'm going to talk about a TV show that I just got wind of a few days ago. That's supposed to be coming out on October 6th. And this is a comedy that's going to be on HBO and Max. It is called The Franchise. And the synopsis, the premise of it is basically, it shows the issues faced by a film crew in production on a superhero movie. I'm not sure how the audio will work, but I'm going to splice the trailer in for everyone on YouTube.
Quiet on set! Just another 83 days, and then we're done. Let's savor every moment.
Christ, what a mess.
Not panicking. Just take 5, everyone! Everything's exploding at 1,000,000 miles an hour, and the movie is a scrotum resting on a razor's edge.
The studio man is coming.
Welcome to the future of getting reamed out.
Fuck.
I've eaten a lot of shit for this movie. A subway foot long, but of turds.
Oh my god, I love him. Can we internalize our panic?
God, this is so rewarding.
Everything okay?
Everything's completely amazing.
Be straight with me. Do you buy me as a guy who can make earthquakes happen?
You're the greatest actor who ever lived. Really? Don't make me repeat myself, because I won't.
Why aren't we shooting, son? What else do I need to know?
Holy fucking shit, the studio's on fire! Okay, it's just some houses. We're back, everyone. We must shoot. We will shoot. Hey Siri, read new messages.
We need to talk about the divorce. I don't care if you're busy with your shitty movie for masturbating fuck nerds. Crying face emoji, crying face emoji, crying face emoji.
What a day.
This show stars a few people I know of. I don't know them personally, obviously. But it stars Himesh Patel, who I believe was on a TV show with Ryan Reynolds. I mean, not Ryan Reynolds. Robin Williams. Or am I getting him mixed up with a different Himesh? But he was in... Oh, that's where he's from. He's from Yesterday. I'm getting him mixed up with another Hamish. Oh, that's what it is. It's Hamish, not Hamish. But yeah, he was in Yesterday, that movie where the guy like ended up going back in time and like he stole all the Beatles songs. He was in Enola Holmes 2. He was Watson. He wasn't in any movies I've seen. I keep meaning to watch Greedy People. I heard it was good. He's also in a movie called The Assessment, Good Grief, The Amazing Maurice, Don't Look Up. Didn't watch it because I don't have Netflix. Same way I didn't watch Enola Holmes 2. Oh, he was in the Joan is Awful episode of Black Mirror, so I've seen him in something. Avenue 5, Children in Need, Damned, Motherland, The Luminaries, so on and so forth. Lali Edifope. I don't think I've seen her in anything. I'm going to her filmography right now. She was also in Damned. Oh, she was in Sick Note. Okay, so I did see her in something. So she was in Sick Note with Rupert Grint and Simon Pegg. No, Nick Frost. She was apparently in Mission Impossible Fallout. She played a woman at a desk. She was on Miracle Workers. So I've seen her in a few things now. Ghost, the original version of the show, not the one that airs on CBS now. She was also in the Joan is Awful episode. She was in Saltburn. I don't know if I want to watch that movie. I heard it was a head fuck. Aya Cash, who we all know as Stormfront from The Boys. She was also on Welcome to Flatch. She was on You're the Worst on FX. She was in The Wolf of Wall Street. Okay. Law and Order. She was on Law and Order Criminal Intent, and Law and Order SVU as 3 different characters. But okay, Will and Grace. She did a voice on Family Guy, Robot Chicken, and she will be coming back as Stormfront in Vault Rising, which is the show with her and Jensen Ackles. Darren Goldstein. I don't think I've ever seen this guy before in my life. He was on Nurse Jackie, Inside Amy Schumer, Person of Interest, Ozark, FBI, Billions. Yeah, I don't think I've seen him in anything. He was in Limitless, so that's the only thing I saw him in. Kevin Doyle, I have to go back and watch Limitless. Jessica Hines, she looks familiar. She's British. Let's go to her filmography. She was in an episode of Doctor Who. Well, 2 episodes of Doctor Who. Oh, she played Nurse Redfern in the episodes with David Tennant and Freema Agyeman. So I vaguely recall her face, especially because she's got a photo on Wikipedia. So I knew she looked kind of familiar. Other than that, I'm looking at her filmography and I don't see anything else. She was in Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix as Mafalda the Hopcrick, voice only apparently. Don't remember who Mafalda is. Paddington 2, nope. So nothing else from her that I've seen. Isaac Cole Powell, don't think I've seen him in anything. He's from North Carolina. He was in Dear Evan Hansen, didn't watch it. Yeah, I didn't see him in anything. So this will be the first thing I've ever seen him in, so check him out. Billy Magnuson. I never know how to pronounce this guy's name. Billy Magnuson. Yeah. Loco, you'll recognize him. He was the asshole in Footloose. God damn it. Roundhouse. He was also in Game Night, I believe. He's gonna be in Lilo and Stitch. He was in Aladdin. Yeah, he was in Game Night. I think that was the first thing I ever saw him in. Yeah. Billy Magnuson. He's actually a pretty, good actor. He was in Spy Kids, Armageddon, TV shows. Wow, he played Kato Kellen in the American Crime Story, The People vs. O.J. Simpson. He was in an episode. Oh, he was in the USS Callister episode of Black Mirror. He was on Woke. What the hell is The Offer? Never seen it. But yeah, shout out to Billy Magnuson. I thought he was older. I thought he was like in his 40s. He's only 39. Richard E. Grant is in this as well. Daniel Bruhl, who we all know as Zemo from Captain America Civil War and the Falcon and Winter Soldier. Richard E. Grant, what the hell do I know him from? I know the name, but I always think he's Richard E. Gant, because isn't there Richard E. Gant? But apparently he was in The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard, Saltburn, Argyle, Death of a Unicorn. Oh, that's not out yet. Nutcracker in the Four Realms, Robin. He was Mr. Seyfert in The Hitman's Bodyguard and The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. Didn't watch him yet. He was in Logan, How to Stop Being a Loser, The Iron Lady, The Man Who Married Himself, Garfield, The Tale of Two Kitties, Corpse Bride. Looking at his filmography. I swear, isn't there Richard E. Gant as well? Yeah, I know I went crazy. It's not E. Gant, it's Richard Gant. It's the grumpy black guy who's always in everything. But he was on Smallville? Who the fuck was he on Smallville? Oh yeah, he was the principal for one episode. But yeah, so this will be dropping October 6th. Depending on how good the first episode is, I might review it, because I got September to October. I have The Penguin and Agatha All Alone, because those come back next week. And I'm gonna need something to get me through October through December. I'm trying to think what else. So in the world of Rocksteady Gaming, Rocksteady offered a band $7,500 to use their song in GTA with no future royalties. The band did the right thing. They said GTA 5 made $8.6 billion. Go fuck yourself. So I'm actually gonna find the name of the band and showcase. I'm gonna give them their flowers. The band is Heaven 17. So they stood on business, and that's really fucked up of them, because they really do need to figure out some type of way for artists to get royalties whose music that they put in games. But $7,500 for a song that's going to be in a very popular game, it's kind of a catch-22, because that song might introduce new listeners to the band, and that can give you future streams. Like, perfect example, when Watch Dogs came out in 2014, 2015, There were a few songs in that game that, 2014. There were a few songs in that game from artists I never heard of, but now I listen to them or listened to them because MGK was in there with Invincible with Esther Dean. JDP was in there with Where the Sidewalk Ends. Let me see if I can actually find the soundtrack or if somebody made a playlist. All right, here we go. Music and Watch Dogs Wiki. All right, so they actually broke this down by genre. I didn't pick up any soul from here or any blues or jazz. Hip hop. Oh, Hip Hop, My Friend by Pep Love was also in here. Obviously creamed by Wu-Tang Clan. I was already listening to them day and night. Public Enemy, I was already listening to. Well, they already had a lot of stuff that I listened to already, but it's just the simple fact that putting, music in a video game could definitely like get you a new audience. Like Vice City, perfect example of that. People my age, around the millennial age, we weren't listening to a fucking flock of seagulls. So we weren't. And I ran so far away. We got that from Vice City. So I'm pretty sure like a few of us started to listen to like a flock of seagulls or some stuff like that. Like, what's the name of that one song? I've been waiting for a girl like you to come into my life. But yeah, so I want to say that's Heart. It's not Heart. Foreigner. So yeah, we weren't listening to Foreigner. The only Foreigner song we knew was I Want to Know What Love Is. But that still is kind of low, honestly. Like he said, Grand Theft Auto 5 made what, $8.6 billion. So yeah, definitely fucked up on their part. What is my next story? Peacemaker season 2. We finally got a release window for that, and that will be sometime towards the end of, I believe, 2025. I'm double checking right now. Second half of 2025. So it's been what, 2 years already? Can we just hurry up and get fucking Peacemaker? When did fucking season 1 of Peacemaker? I feel like that started like 2022. Damn, it's been 2 years already. January 13th, 2022. We need to get this already over and done with. All right, guys. Remember how I was talking about Spider-Man and Scoopers and why I don't listen to fucking Scoopers? So, the N. Snyder reported that Sony scrapped a majority of the work that was done on Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse, and they're redoing a lot of it. And he claimed that the film won't come out until 2027. So everybody lost their shit when they read that. So Chris Miller, co-director of the Spider-Verse films, said nothing has been scrapped. The reels are coming along very nicely. And Jeff Snyder was like, yo, man, my sources are accurate. I would never put anything out there that says otherwise. If the co-director has to come out and say this is cap, who do you think we're going to believe? You or the guy actually working on the movie? So what do you want to do? Because I'm going to go with Chris Miller. Like I said, man, these damn scoopers, they'll just put out stuff without any type of verification or confirmation because they want to be first. And in a world where you want to be first, you could fuck around and be last. And that's it. So, Valorie Curry, aka Firecracker, was at a comic book convention. Did it say what convention she was at? I don't think it said, but we all know her as Firecracker, but she was also on Veronica Mars and The Tick. and she needed to remind some people. Oh, this was at a comic convention in Belfast, where she was signing autographs, and she just had to tell people, "Hey, I'm an actor, okay? I'm not Firecracker." But she said, "Everyone, for the most part, has been so lovely and kind and so respectful. It's been really wonderful, but we need to talk about boundaries and what is appropriate in terms of behavior. I know some people saw a character that I played do some pretty extreme things on The Boys. I don't care if you're in costume. I don't care if you're in character. It's not okay. It's not funny to demand those things from me in person at my booth." So basically, what she was talking about was obviously the infamous scene of, I guess somebody asked her, "Hey, can you shoot milk in my face?" And it's just like, yo, what the fuck is going on with people? Huh? I really need. Are we at the point? I guess we are at the point where people don't know fiction from reality. It's a TV show, okay? For starters, I highly doubt she's on any type of hormones that are going to make her pregnant, or show these signs of pregnancy. Hold on a second. But yeah, it's just stupid. So can we please, like, as a people, a community, or whatever, can we just like learn the lines between fiction and reality? Because I'm not gonna go up to like Chris Hemsworth and say, "Hey, shoot me with lightning," or probably never meet Chris Hemsworth, or like anybody like that, and just be like, "Hey, shoot milk in my face." Come on, man. I don't know. I'm really starting to give up on the human race. What's the next story? All right. I've been talking for like 40 something minutes, so I'm gonna try to like burn through like these couple stories so I can get into my freaking review of Beetlejuice. All right. Beau Demayo is on Twitter spilling the tea about basically the changes of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. And most of these changes have already been told online. I think did he like write the first script, or did he like work on a script? Let me go and see if he's like even credited on Wikipedia or something like that. All right, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, written by Michael Waldron. Let's see if we can even find Beau. Beau's name isn't even on Wikipedia, but I need to go to Twitter for this because I responded to somebody who posted this. Nope, that was about Nicki Minaj complaining about Lil Wayne not being a part of the Super Bowl. I guess I can't find it. But anyway, like I'm on record saying that Sony is responsible for the way this movie turned out. So like we said, I think I brought it up when Samir was still doing the pod with me. Scott Derrickson left due to creative differences. Like this movie was being written around the same time that WandaVision was being aired or written, something like that. So the movie was originally supposed to start with Wanda as a hero, not a villain. The original antagonist was Nightmare, not Wanda, and she was supposed to help Strange find a way to defeat him. I vaguely recall speaking about this before. How Feige and Waldron decided to change the storyline, and Waldron, who hadn't watched WandaVision, really wanted to make Wanda the antagonist, and this led to a complete overhaul of the plot. And at one point, Kathan was also supposed to play a significant role in the film, but Feige wanted to save that for later, possibly for a Scarlet Witch movie. So I get it. I knew about the Nightmare stuff going in, like when this movie was first announced, because they pretty much gave us the whole plot of Nightmare, like wreaking havoc around the multiverse. And like he was also supposed to try to kill America. And like somebody on Twitter said that like Wanda was supposed to accidentally kill Wong or something like that, and I don't know how much of that is true. I just know the whole nightmare aspect of it, and you know, it was supposed to be them teaming up to fight Nightmare, but I mean, what can you do? The movie's out. It's what, 2 years old at this point. So, next story is Microsoft Gaming. They will lay off approximately 650 employees in a new round of cuts across the company, and these cuts will primarily impact staffers and corporate and supporting functions. So I guess this is what happens when you buy up every single franchise or video game studio. You're gonna have to cut corners some way, shape, or form, because your stuff ain't hitting as much as it used to, because now you're trying to be a monopoly. So yeah, the company has reduced the Call of Duty Warzone mobile team, laying off some of the staffers while shifting others to different projects within Activision. Additionally, the team behind Blizzard's recently launched Warcraft Rumble will also experience cuts. And they said this is a result of Blizzard choosing to condense the staff now that the game is up and running. So yeah, I guess this is to make up for spending $69 billion on the acquisition of Blizzard. See, if you weren't being greedy, you could have still just kept all your staff around. But hey, it is what it is. All right. Next story. We got a release date for Dexter Original Sin. I really haven't talked much about it besides the casting of Dexter, Deborah, and Harry. But I'm trying to think who else has joined the cast since then. Let's go to Wikipedia. Dexter Original Sin. Does it not have a Wikipedia yet? All right, I guess I can just go to the Dexter Wiki. All right. So like I said, Patrick Gibson will be playing Dexter Morgan. Christian Slater will be Harry Morgan. Molly Brown will be Deborah. James Martinez will be Angel Batista. Christina Milian will be Maria LaGuetta. Alex Shimizu will be Vince Masuka. Reno Wilson will be Bobby Watt, who is Harry's homicide partner and best friend. Patrick Dempsey is Aaron Spencer. And Matthew William is a Miami Metro officer. Sarah Michelle Gellar will be playing Tanya Martin, who is a CSI chief at the Miami Metro Police Department and Dexter's boss. Joe Pantoliano will be Mad Dog. Brittany Allen will be Laura Moser. Brandy Gonzalez as Santos Jimenez. Aaron Jennings as Clark Sanders. Raquel Justice as Sophia, who's Deb's best friend. Jasper Lewis as Doris Morgan. Carlo Mendez as Hector Estrada. Isaac Gomez Rossi as Gio, Roberto Sanchez as Tony Ferreira, Amanda Brooks as Becker Spencer. This will premiere December 13th on Paramount Plus with Showtime. I don't get why they changed the name of the network. They should have just kept calling it Showtime. But now, yes, the channel is officially Paramount Plus with Showtime. I think Dexter Resurrection is still supposed to be happening. Last time I checked, it was announced like back in July. So I don't know how that's going to continue if Dexter's dead. Maybe he didn't die at the end of Dexter New Blood. But I don't know. I will be checking out Dexter Original Sin on Paramount Plus. Like I said, December 13th is when it drops. Speaking of things dropping, let's talk about Colin Farrell. So as I said earlier this episode, The Penguin will be dropping next week, I believe on the 17th. He said he loved being back as the Penguin, but he honestly said he was bitching and moaning to anyone about that damn suit because he fucking hated it. It was just too much. What he said, I never want to put on that fucking suit in that fucking head ever again. But I'm pretty sure he's joking, and it could just be just for like doing something like a TV show, because I believe this is a 8 episode series or something like that. So he's obviously in it a lot more than he was in the Batman. September 19th is when this will be out. Flappy Bird, the game that everybody loved to the point where, the creator of the game said, I can't deal with this fame. He removed it from the App Store. Doug Nugent decided the game was too addictive, and he disliked the excessive fame and attention that he started to receive as a result of the game's gameplay. So Flappy Bird is coming back. It was acquired by the so-called Flappy Bird Foundation, which describes itself as a new team of passionate fans committed to sharing the game with the world. And they said it's been a decade-long convoluted journey to get here, but we're so excited to finally begin sharing Flappy Bird with the world once again. So I didn't get the addiction of Flappy Bird. I played it when I played it, like every other mobile game on my phone. Like, there's games I've downloaded like 4 months ago and I haven't played. Need to delete them, but I mean, congratulations, I guess, for, all the people. I mean, it's a decade later, so I don't really know how many people are going to be playing it, but hey, they'll probably put some ads in it and everything and just ruin it. Ewan McGregor got his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame earlier this week. And why is that playing the audio? But Hayden Christensen was there because, Obi-Wan, Anakin. And he gave a nice heartfelt speech, which I will be playing right here.
All right, take it away. All right. Okay.
Hello, everyone. Nice to see you all. Wow. That's quite the turnout for you, my friend. It's really an honor for me to get to be here and say a few words about my friend, Ewan McGregor. Now I'm going to talk about you like you're not just standing right next to me, but... Ewan McGregor is one of our great actors. And in my opinion, the coolest person on the planet. I've always had a tremendous amount of respect for Ewan's work. Right from the early days of his career, I remember watching Trainspotting for the first time and just being completely blown away by your work, man. He just leaps off the screen, his fearlessness and his mastery of craft were undeniable. And I remember thinking to myself that this was the type of work that I wanted to be able to do as an actor. Since then, his career has been storied, his body of work prolific, a part of so many great films, playing so many great characters, and it's why he continues to be regarded as one of our most admired and respected actors. Yeah. But when I think about Ewan, I think about the person that he is. And a lot of stories come to mind, but I often think about the first time that I met you. And we were both in Australia many moons ago, getting ready to do Star Wars Episode 2. And I was at the studio where we were going to be filming, and the producer was taking me around, showing me some things. And then he was going to go take me to meet Ewan for the first time. And, I was so excited. I was already such a huge fan of his. And so anyways, I walk into this room where I'm told Ewan's going to be. And before I can even put eyes on him, I hear his voice. And he exclaims my name with more enthusiasm than I think I'd ever heard it spoken with before. And I turn and I see him, and then he's coming at me, and he comes and just gives me the biggest hug, like just the most disarmingly warm embrace. And we start chatting, and he's just the nicest person. He's telling me how excited he is to be working together and how much fun we're going to have doing our lightsaber training, and he's just beyond kind to me. And it was immediately apparent to me that I was meeting someone truly special, and not just as an actor, but as a person, and that I was meeting a friend. A friend who would later go on to chop off both of my legs and leave me for dead on the side of a volcano, but I guess I kind of had that coming. But I do want to just talk for a moment about Ewan's work in Star Wars and his iconic performance as Obi-Wan Kenobi. It really is just a masterclass in great acting, and to watch him embody this character, it's like watching magic, you know, and the best kind of magic, you know, not the kind that involves any like trickery or sleight of hand, but the kind that really makes you believe in something bigger, because he wasn't just playing Obi-Wan, he was Obi-Wan. I mean, he is Obi-Wan. And I really hope we get more Obi-Wan, because this man is just Star Wars gold. But, you know, he so perfectly brought all of the sort of qualities that we knew about the character while imbuing the role with his own depth and emotion, and thus creating something that was bigger than the sum of its parts. And it was just a remarkable feat, and I was just in awe the entire time. So, my friend Ewan, I want to thank you for being the best Jedi Master that anyone could have ever hoped for. And you always had my back, and I thank you for that. And I'm just so happy to get to be here with you right now, and it's been an honor and a thrill to get to work with you and swing a lightsaber with you, and more than all of it, call you my friend. Yeah. I love you, brother.
I love you too. Thank you so much. Thank you.
So yeah, it's nice to see that those two are still friends after, what, 20 plus years? When did Attack of the Clones come out? 2002. Yeah, so what, 22 years later, you know, they still rocking with each other. All right. So now it's spoiler alert time, people, for Beetlejuice Beetlejuice. So if you have not seen it, this will be the end of the episode for you, and come back whenever you watch it. So let's go ahead and get into it. So Beetlejuice Beetlejuice is directed by, you know, Tim Burton. Screenplay is written by two of my favorite people, Alfred Goh and Miles Miller, aka the creators of Smallville. They also wrote Shanghai Noon, Shanghai Nights, Spider-Man 2, Created Wednesday, wrote The Mummy, Tomb of the Dragon Emperor. They wrote Herbie Fully Loaded? Seriously? Oh, they co-wrote it with Thomas Lennon wrote? Okay, whatever. Shannara Chronicles, so on and so forth. And the story was also inspired by Seth Grahame-Smith, who worked on Pride and Prejudice versus Zombies. But yeah, so this deals with the Dietz family having to come back together after Charles Dietz dies from a shark attack. So Lydia, who is a moderately successful supernatural talk show host for a show called Ghost House, which is produced by her boyfriend Rory, have to go to New York to see her stepmother Delia, who told her all this, and then they have to go to pick up her daughter Astrid from boarding school. So they go back to Winter River and bury him there. And Beetlejuice is basically running like some type of I guess marriage counseling for the deceased. And Rory decides to propose to Lydia at Charles's wake, and Astrid just gets on a bike and just hauls ass, almost gets hit by like a car, crashes through a gate, and hits her head on a tree trunk, where she ends up meeting what's the old boy's name? Jeremy Fraser. And those two have a nice connection, and she eventually goes back home. And throughout the course of the movie, Lydia tells Rory about Beetlejuice. He doesn't believe her. He's just like, oh, this isn't real. This is all in your head. And so he says Beetlejuice 3 times, and we get reunited with Beetlejuice, and Rory starts freaking out to the point where he passes out. And Astrid talks to Lydia about going over to see Jeremy like before her wedding on Halloween night. and she drops her off, and Lydia finds out that Jeremy is dead. While Astrid also finds this out, Jeremy says that he fell out of a tree, but the truth is Jeremy killed both his parents, and he ran up into his treehouse after the cops chased him down, and I believe he fell out the tree that way. And he tricks Astrid into going with him to the afterlife so he can swap places with her. So he is going to kill her in order to come back alive. And meanwhile, in the afterlife, Beetlejuice's wife comes back to life, Dolores, to settle some unfinished business with him, because we get the flashback of Beetlejuice being alive during the Black Plague, and he meets Dolores. They fall in love allegedly, but she's part of a soul-stealing cult, and she poisons him to try to steal his soul, and before he dies, he hacks her up into little pieces. Beetlejuice goes to Willem Dafoe for help, who is a afterlife cop who is really an actor in the previous life. And all the shenanigans occur where Astrid even sees her father, who died on a humanitarian trip in Brazil, and he helps them get back to living, while Beetlejuice comes and tricks Lydia into helping her, but she has to marry him, as you know, he's been obsessed with this girl for 36 years. And Delia is still dealing with her grief, so she's trying to do like this weird like thing with like snakes, and she's like, oh, you know, the snakes were defanged. She gets killed, and Beetlejuice crosses over to the real world, gets ready to marry Lydia. Dolores comes in, and everything just hits the fan, and Astrid summons a sandworm to take out Dolores and Rory, and Jeremy is sent to hell for his attempt to swap souls with Astrid. And now Astrid and Lydia have a somewhat healthy relationship as mother and daughter. But yes, this movie was real good. I pretty much kind of skimmed over a lot of stuff because, like I said, I've been recording for a minute. But very good movie. Check it out. And yeah, guys, I don't think I have anything else to say. So this is your boy Bernard, aka the Scarlet Spider. That was another episode of the Angry Blerd podcast. I did the Scarlet Spider thing again. Damn it. Be sure to rate, review, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Don't know how much news we're going to get next week, but we'll find out when we find out. And in 2 weeks, I will be reviewing Agatha All Alone and The Penguin. Or I might review it next week, depending on when it airs. Well, anyway, guys, I will see y'all when I see you. Peace.